Lost in the middle of India, in the Madhya Pradesh region, is found a Garden of Eden that shelters a handful of tigers, the last representatives of a species that today is in grave danger of extinction. A photographer of animals has dedicated his life to studying and protecting these tigers. To observe them and understand their behavior ceaselessly, he covers every bit of their domain, a sanctuary dedicated to wild fauna. Francois Savigny's quest: create the finest photographs of his favorite animal, the Bengal tiger. The Bendafgarh National Park is an island of green surrounded by people. Its 1,100 square kilometers of forest provide the surrounding villagers with their only source of wood and fodder. It's also a refuge for some 60 Bengal tigers. At the present time, there are no more than 3,000 in all of India and only 5,000 in Asia. The people may fear Sher Khan, Lord Tiger, but the great felines find plenty of game in the reserve and need never again venture into the world of men. The tigers are well accustomed to the limits of their domain. 3 dominant males share the territory of the reserve. There they tolerate the presence of other males, the young and females, and they all appear to live in a cordial promiscuity. Francois Savigny has a passionate interest in the Bendafgarh tigers. This winter, the French animal photographer is completing his 25th illustrated report on the reserve. As he has always done since 1996, he will work with his friend Raj Vardhan Sharma and his team of guides. Raj is an Indian who is also passionately concerned about the tigers and is a specialist in their behavior. And in addition, he knows every hidden recess of the reserve.
For a long time. How are you? You look good. You look good. You're not too cold?
This year, Francois Savigny hopes to finish his new book. He has an ambitious objective: trace the genealogical tree of 3 generations of these tigers over a period of 8 years, comprising 20 individuals in all. But an exceptional event is forcing him to revise his original plan totally. 2 weeks ago, B1, one of the dominant males, died from injuries inflicted by peasants. For Francois and Raj, this dramatic event gives them a unique opportunity to observe the resultant new behavior of the tigers. Entering the reserve, Francois's practiced eye immediately notices that several of the animals are displaying a change in their behavior. For him, there is no doubt about it. The battle to claim B1's territory has already begun.
I don't know if you see them very often. I mean, it's just like, yeah, there's somebody over there. Look at that, there's a whole family over there. Oh, it's good to be back here.
Cheetahs, these spotted deer that the tiger relish, are nervous. A coyote marks his territory in broad daylight. The wild boars are deserting the water holes. The monkeys are too quiet. Even the birds are aggressive. After 2 hours on the trail, Francois and Raj finally reached the territory that B1 had dominated, a zone of over 350 square kilometers, over 200 square miles. There is no shortage of pretenders to the throne. Francois is certain that among them are 3 tigers that he had photographed at birth and then later as adolescents. Rediscovering them gives the photographer a chance to enhance his genealogical tree with additional shots. It's an opportunity to document the evolution of harmless baby tigers into what they have now become, perfect killers. From tomorrow morning, in this entanglement of vines and bamboo, the 2 men will set off searching for the future master of this realm. It's barely dawn and B2 has already begun his daily ritual. Francois instantly recognized his massive silhouette. In 8 years, he's dedicated hundreds of rolls of film to this dominant male. Indifferent to human presence, B2 strolls about. He regularly waters his domain with a stream of urine. His musky scent reminds his entourage that he alone is master in this place. But B2 has aged, and conquering the territory of his brother and former rival B1 doesn't interest him. Today, he'd rather just keep his own territory. Arriving at B1's old territory, the 2 men begin looking for fresh traces. In winter, tigers can cover a distance of 30 kilometers, nearly 20 miles, in one night. A little farther on to the south, Papu's team is scrutinizing the Chakara Plain. Sometimes in the high grass of the savanna at the edge of the woods, tigers can be seen patrolling the area. It's cold in January, and driving along, hands and faces get numb.
Hello, Francois. Hello, Francois.
Yeah, my guru, go ahead.
I'm just coming from Chakradhara and I saw some pug marks in Chakradhara and I'm just waiting here in Benhani just for alarm calls. You say something?
No, it's been very quiet. Do you know the pug marks are male or female?
The male pug marks, I think the B2's pug marks are there.
No, that's going to be nice. That could be a good idea if we bump into him. Tell me, did you get some more calls?
No, I just saw the pug marks near Gopalpur, but there is no alarm calls, nothing.
So, you are coming?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just wait there, we'll meet you there. Okay, just see you just now.
So, thank you.
Following Francois' advice, Papu will go on exploring B1's old territory. Finding the tracks of a dominant tiger in an area so vast is not going to be easy.
Hey, look behind. There's the guy here. Got another one here. Yeah. And there's a bigger one behind. There's a fresher one. This one.
A few hours later, fortune smiles on Francois and Raj.
Female, small female. Yeah. That could be Mangu. Yeah. What do you think?
Last year, Francois was lucky enough to photograph Mangu, one of B2's daughters, when she was 8 months old. And judging from the size of these prints today, she has to weigh at least 150 kilograms and measure 1.5 meters.
Yeah. She's petite female, huh? Look, mine fits inside.
Yeah.
That would be a father, would be B2. Pug marks would be as big as that. Yeah. Oh well. Double size.
Of course.
So you think she's going to mom and dad? Okay, well, let's go and check it out.
We could have find her.
Mahampan, one of the reserve's rare
let's go
water
and see
courses,
Mom.
does indeed cut across the trail about a dozen kilometers from there. Still searching for a dominant male, Papu is taking a good look around another section of the Chakara Plain.
Yes.
After waiting for an hour, the guide does spot a tiger, a male, but too far away to identify. Papu has no difficulty in anticipating the direction the tiger will take. Mahampan is right behind the hill that he's heading for.
Look, Francois.
Tiger, young male tiger, but he keeps on walking and then went up on the hill.
Where the trail and the stream meet, Francois and Raj encounter Katapan, the reserve's chief elephant driver, a Maut. Of all animals, it's only the elephant that tigers fear. This lets people approach where no off-road vehicle can go. With their giant mount, Francois and Raj will penetrate into the heart of the forest, but very discreetly.
Okay. Let's go.
As an elephant walks forward, he presses down on big cushions that are protected with a surrounding thick sole of horny material that prevents slipping. And 30 feet away, they can't be heard approaching. These feet absorb sound, even the crackling of branches. Very quickly, the searchers discover new tracks along the river.
That.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, look at that. Oof, look at all these.
This one.
Oh, these male, eh? Look. Male and female? Yeah, you're right. There's two sides.
The prints are very fresh. This time it's for sure there are at least 2 tigers in the sector. Once a tiger is seen, things go very fast. You have to react in an instant. It is a unique spectacle. In 8 years, Francois has never been able to photograph 2 tigers drinking at the same time. This is exceptionally rare behavior for these felines. Now it remains to identify the 2 animals.
The light is getting hot.
Judging from the moderate size, this tiger is a young female. Perhaps it's Mangu. The second one, more imposing, must be her brother, Shangu. This brother-sister link is the only explanation for their drinking together with no challenge.